Hey, I know you've been expecting this for a couple of days now. This is going out to 5 7-figure earners one on one. I'm only revealing this on Monday. So I'm going to cut to the chase. It's going to be, pardon my French, it's going to be no bullshit, no hype. I'm sticking the hype for Monday with the big webinars that are coming out on a daily basis. But here's what I found. I found a device about the size of lip balm, maybe a little smaller, a little thinner, almost like a fob, okay? You guys, I'm talking to one person here. I don't know if you know how much I'm into technology and innovative technology, but here's what we all want. We all want more people to see our presentation, but more importantly, what do we want more than that? I'm talking to you like I'm selling you something. I'm not selling you anything. I just want you to know what I found and what I'm going to completely be running with. It's a device that broadcasts a message, no BS I told you, broadcasts a message of 40 characters to any Android phone for now. It's not working with iPhone yet, but to any Android phone with Bluetooth within 100 yards each way of where you are, okay? It does it automatically. Doesn't matter if there's 1,000 people within that 100 yards around you in each direction. It's a football field. It contains 40 characters and it contains a link, I would say, to a capture page, but it doesn't matter where it goes. Now, the reason this is freaking me out, the reason I haven't slept, they're drilling in my condo again. The reason I haven't slept in 3 days is because I can't even imagine the possibilities here for my team to have this. Doesn't matter what the MLM is or if it's even an MLM. I mean, if I had a wellness MLM, I would just plant one at the gym or go around the gym with it, and everyone in the gym would get a notification on their Android phone. Now, this isn't spam. I gotta say a couple of things here, because you believe me, I had question upon question upon question. This is not spam. This is going in as a notification on the phone, just like when you get a brand new Facebook message. It's a notification that will only pop up while they're in your range. When they're out of your range, it comes down. So if they're not looking at their phone, or their notification is not set to go off with a noise or a sound, or they miss it, they won't see it. So as you walk around with this device, or more importantly, think of it as your team members walking around, because that's what I'm doing. I've got multiple MLMs. A lot of you may know this, but the problem is never me getting the presentation in front of people. It's my people getting the presentation in front of people. So just picture that for a sec. I'm going to draw something out for you really quick, and all I want this to do is open up the conversation. You can ask me more if you want, because here's what I'm doing. I will find I want 3 strong legs. I just want 3 strong legs. It's a unilevel comp plan. I don't want this to go across the board because everyone in MLM is going to want this device. Why wouldn't they? It doesn't make any sense if they don't. We want to talk to people, but more importantly, we want to get our stuff in front of eyeballs because we're sifting through. And I don't need to tell you this. You know this. You're a 7-figure earner. But what I'm saying is the technology, it's so much, I'm taking in so much in the past 3 days that it doesn't seem possible. But it is possible. And it's revolutionary. Yes, it's brand new. So picture everyone on your team having this device. And when they leave their house or wherever they go, doesn't matter if it's a stadium or... Let me just draw it out for you. I'm going to use my digital board with my paint on my screen here just to show you what the possibilities are, because I can't start rifling them off. They're endless. The possibilities... Your imagination is going to probably go more than mine will. So let me just draw this out for you and let it simmer a little bit, and definitely get back to me today. And I'll give you more info. There's not much more info than what I'm about to share with you. It's 40 characters in a notification. It's in a fob style kit that goes on your keychain or whatever. You can even plant them places, but we won't get into all the creative uses for this. But it doesn't matter how many people are in there with an Android phone, it will go off on their devices when they're in that vicinity. Okay, let me share some artwork for you. Forgive my artwork, it may not be the best, but let's take a look. Okay, I think we're good. How's that look? There we go. Okay, so first I need to say, I think I forgot to say that there is your 40 characters or whatever 40 characters, the message is linked to something. You get to put a link. You get to program that message as often as you like. You get to program it with whatever text you like, 40 characters, and it goes to a link which we both know it's going to be a capture page of some kind. And that we're going to, well, I'm not going to go through the whole process because you have your own process. You have your own product. Doesn't matter if it's wearable technology, if it's travel, if it's gut wraps, if it's, I don't know, gold, if it's a high-ticket item, whatever. I mean, we're sifting through people, and the more people we sift through, I don't want to have to go through this because you don't need to know this. What I want to tell you is, this is me. Let me clear that screen. Let's get a nice fresh screen here. This is you. Or, no, even better, that's your team member with the fob. That is the fob. Now, the battery life on this is 2 years. Just want to throw that out there. So say you program it to, do you want financial freedom? Whatever you decide. And again, depends where you're going. If you're going to a football game, oh, come on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just say this right now. We're already talking to the Indianapolis Colts. Can you believe that? They're thinking of getting these devices in the stadium, planted everywhere, so that they could advertise upcoming games, because people are always going to be in the vicinity of this right here. This is where the fob is, wherever it's planted, whoever it's on. Now, this is 100 yards. This is another 100 yards. So you got 200 yards across here. So just think about that for a second. If there is 3 people here with Android phones, let's say 5 people, they're all going to get that notification as they're in that zone. If that person leaves, well, then it pops off. If you keep walking around, you spend your day walking around, I don't know if you're going to want to do that, but it's leads on demand, really. The more crowded, the better, right? And again, the creativity to this is, I don't even want to get started of the ideas I'm getting, but sure enough, you move around. This follows you around. Obviously, it's your range, it's the fob's range. These people, if they stay where they are, well, they lose the broadcast. And whoever's here, say there's only 2 people with an Android phone there, they're going to get it. And you move along, and let's say over here, there is... Let's be a little bold. Let's say there's 1,000 people. 1,000 people. Why wouldn't there be at a festival or if you're walking around downtown? I'm just giving examples here, but to say that I'm pumped is an understatement. So that's what's happening. There is no limit on how often you can change your message and the link. There is no limit to how many of these go out. Think about that. Think about it. I know you're thinking about it. You're a business person. So that's the first scenario I wanted to kind of paint for you so you can visualize it, okay, guys? Or guys, or whichever 7-figure earner I'm talking to right now, because this is just, and it's not because I'm a geek and I'm technically savvy, it's just this is unreal, especially in the network marketing industry. So let's just go, I'm going to paint another picture for you because the thoughts were just flowing through and the ideas, and I mean, I'm talking to the company founders, obviously, and I'm asking all these questions because this is mine is on its way pretty much. I pre-ordered mine. I'll tell you more about that if you get back to me. If you're interested in getting one, you may want to play around with it. But let's go scenario number 2, because for me, when it comes to Wi-Fi and when it comes to broadcasts, I know that this stuff goes through walls. It goes through objects. You don't have to be in plain sight, or it doesn't have to be like it goes through houses. I'm going to get to something here because 2 more scenarios I'm going to share with you, and then I'm going to let your imagination roam, okay? I'm going to keep it super short. So let's go file, new, don't want to save. Okay, let's do this again. Okay. So this is, I'm going to get really artsy here. This is my street. It's an example. I'm walking around in my neighborhood, a couple of streets. I think you might know where I'm going with this. And again, you're a leader. You're thinking about this for your team, obviously. You're not going to go, well, maybe you will. I know I will, because I'm going to do training videos on this for sure. But there's a house here. Picture your neighborhood. There's a house here. You get the idea. You know where I'm going with this. I know you know where I'm going with this. Here you are, taking a little walk. They've got an iPhone, okay? Nothing's going to happen. They have an Android. They have an Android. They have an Android. As you walk by, they get notified in their own home. It's a little freaky, I will admit, but it's definitely the first thought that's going to go through their head. I'm going to tell you right now what I think it'll be. It will be like, how the heck did this get on my device? So you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to have capture pages that say, would you like to know how this came through? It depends where I am though, right? Because this is perfect for business owners. Again, you get the idea of taking a walk in your neighborhood and how these will just fire off into homes. Now, I'm not recommending to do any of this. Well, I'm not recommending it. But what I am saying is the amount of eyeballs that will get on your stuff, most of the people will just be like, what is this? And I don't want to get too creative here on this little information that I'm giving here, but think about, I want you to use your imagination, but I'm definitely thinking about the local area and how I could target my message according to that local area if I were to do this. But I think that's enough for you to kind of get an idea. Think of a local business. Now again, this is off of MLM, off the topic of MLM. I'm just saying how these devices are going to fly. And I'm at the forefront, and I'm just presenting it to you. I'm putting it in front of you so you remember this day when I showed you this. So when it's everywhere, you'll know that hopefully you heard it first from Mark Lalonde. There's not many people that know about this right now. Actually, almost no one. So I'm going to just talk about a little store here. If they had a fob in their store and everyone who walks within 100 yards, could you imagine how powerful that is to them by saying whatever sale they have? And again, I'm going to save all this hype. It's not hype. I'm going to save all these examples for my Monday night reveal. Now, the Monday night reveal, I won't have a problem personally bringing in 100 people there. I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be a little bold here. I'm going to say I'm going to be bringing in at least a dozen people a day personally on automated webinars, without a doubt. Now, I'm going to leave this here, but you understand the story. You understand how that could work for local businesses. A business would have to be crazy. Heck, I could just walk into a business and say, do you have an Android phone? Check your message. Check your phone. Do you have a notification from me? Would you like to know how I got that on your device? Any business owner will want to know. There's no doubt about that. But I'm not going to get into the sales process of how to sell to businesses, because right now I'm focusing on my team in MLM. Let's do one more example. I'd love to do one more example here. And this one, I don't know if I'd recommend it, but you know me. If you know me, I don't say no to much. I like to try all kinds of stuff. But let's say you're in a shopping mall area, maybe a food court or something, with people everywhere. I mean, a shopping mall, a strip mall. And there was, you know, those plastic plants. Now, I'm not saying to do this. I want to paint the picture of the technology itself, okay? Let's say a device found its way in there. It would probably get discovered pretty quick. Now, let's look at the 100 yards right here. Well, 100 yards. So what am I talking about? 100 yards, more like... It's a football field that way, a football field that way, a football field every way. So everyone there will get the notification who's having lunch or sitting there. Now, I have no doubt that that would get discovered pretty quick because people would... I don't know. I'm just thinking. And again, I don't know if I'd recommend this because you probably would lose your fob in a rush. See, people would have... I don't know. This popped into my head, and I'm talking to the owners of the company, and they're telling me that they have all kinds of plans and ideas, and distributors are going crazy right now with the creativity. And honestly, this is all I want to share with you right now because I just want to show you the possibilities. People think I'm joining another MLM. People think I'm joining another company. People think I'm going to sway people out of their current companies. It's got nothing to do with this. This has got to do with building your current teams. I apologize for the drilling. There's all kinds of... They're redoing the balconies in my condo, and that's going to go on for a while, so I got to deal with it. So that's what I got. And I'm just going to talk about... I'm not going to talk about anything more because I've already taken up enough of your time. But on Monday, I'm revealing this to... Oh, there'll be, I don't know how many people on the webinar, but it's going to be replicated and it's going to go out every single day. We're going to be meeting once a day. And I want to once again say that I'm just building 3 super strong legs. So in other words, there's only going to be 3 people directly below me, and everyone else I bring in, doesn't matter. Like the first 10 levels below me are all going to be set up. I have no doubt in my mind. But the top 3, everyone I bring in is going to find its way into one of those legs. So I'm just going to be populating those legs because it's like 33% max per leg. You guys get it. It's got to be divided in 3. It's a unilevel. I can go as wide as I want, but there's no benefit in doing that. I just need 3 super strong legs. So this is why I'm reaching out to only 7-figure earners at this point. You guys get that? I'm sure you get that. So that's all I got for you right now. You've seen it. You've seen the basics. This is a conversation opener. We start here. If you want to get back to me, I'd love it if you can get back to me before Monday, because Monday I'm doing the big reveal. And Monday I'm bringing people in and I start popping them into teams. So that's all I got. Looking forward to your response. Okay, have a good day. Bye.